record number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 1,174 with 11 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 13 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's Wednesday, November 10th. Governor Gavin Newsom is in LA today, pushing more people to get vaccinated. This morning, he visited the VA Greater Los Angeles healthcare system near Westwood. He highlighted the state's ongoing efforts to increase vaccination rates and promote booster shots for eligible individuals, especially as we head into the winter season. He says 55.6 million vaccine doses have been administered in California, and 89.7% of adults in the state received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. COVID-19 hospitalizations have risen significantly in parts of California. The Central Valley and the Inland Empire are seeing the most noticeable increases, bringing new concerns about whether the shift will lead to a wider spike in COVID-19 cases as the holidays arrive. Both cases and hospitalizations hit a plateau after months of decline. Hospitalizations remained flat in some areas with relatively high vaccination rates, including right here in LA County. But in some areas with lower vaccination rates, such as Fresno, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties, conditions are getting worse, with hospitalizations up by more than 20% in recent weeks. Orange County has also seen a 16% spike in hospitalizations since Halloween. Health officials have warned the public about a potential new rise in coronavirus cases. They say seniors who got vaccinated last winter but did not get a booster shot may start to see their immunity wane, leaving them exposed to greater risk for infection and hospitalization. And they worry that more people are likely to gather indoors as the temperatures drop and the holidays arrive, leading to increased chances of virus transmission. About 900,000 children ages 5 to 11 will have gotten vaccinated during the first week they were eligible. That's the estimate from the White House. Close to 20,000 pharmacies, clinics, and physicians' offices are administering the doses to younger kids. The Biden administration is encouraging schools to host vaccine clinics on site to make it even easier for kids to get the shots. About 700,000 more first shot appointments are scheduled for the coming days. A total of roughly 28 million 5 to 11-year-olds are now eligible for the lower dose Pfizer vaccine. Kids who get their first of 2 shots by the end of next week will be fully vaccinated by Christmas. Pfizer and BioNTech have asked for an emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine booster for younger adults. This would be for those 18 and older, and if passed, would bring the country one step closer to President Joe Biden's mid-August prediction that boosters would be available for all adults in the U.S. The companies say the request of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is based on results from a study of more than 10,000 volunteers that show vaccine efficacy of 95% or greater for those getting the booster. The two companies made a similar request in September, but the FDA's Committee of Independent Experts advised against it and instead recommended that the booster shot be only offered to certain groups of people. Currently, people who got the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine 6 months ago or longer can get a booster if they are 65 and older, at risk of severe COVID-19 from a breakthrough infection because of a medical condition such as diabetes, kidney disease, or pregnancy, or are at risk because of living conditions or work. Anyone who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine at least 2 months ago can also get a booster. Almost 25 million people in the U.S. who are fully vaccinated have gotten the booster shot so far. That's 12.4% of the entire fully vaccinated population. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention added a couple of more desirable destinations to its COVID-19 very high list. The Cayman Islands and the Netherlands are now on the CDC's highest risk category. So are Faroe Islands, which are a part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and Luxembourg, a small European country surrounded by Belgium, France, and Germany. These updates come amid a surge in cases in Europe that a World Health Organization official says is of grave concern. The organization's regional director says every country in Europe and Central Asia is facing a real threat of COVID-19 resurgence or is already fighting it. The CDC urges travelers not to visit any of the locations listed in the level 4 highest travel risk category. Those places have had more than 500 cases per 100,000 residents in the past 28 days. The Biden administration unveiled new plans to identify and pay for possible upgrades to U.S. ports within the next 90 days. It's an effort to help with the backlogs happening right now, for example, at the Port of LA, as well as to deal with the inflation being caused as a result of it. Ships have been waiting to dock for long periods of time, and there has been an ongoing shortage of truck drivers to haul the goods. Senior administration officials say the Transportation Department would allow port authorities to redirect any leftover money from grant projects to deal with the supply chain issues. The Biden administration previously helped broker an agreement to increase the hours of operation at the Port of LA and expect this week's announcement to help make the supply chain faster, more efficient, and environmentally friendly. Automakers will soon have to start implementing technology to stop drunk driving. Congress created a new requirement for the industry to find a high-tech way to keep intoxicated individuals from getting behind the wheel. It's one of the mandates along with other auto safety measures in the $1 trillion infrastructure package that President Joe Biden is expected to sign soon. Under the legislation, monitoring systems to stop drunk drivers would roll out in all new vehicles as early as 2026, after the Transportation Department assesses the best form of technology to install in millions of vehicles, and automakers are given time to comply. A total of about $17 billion has been allotted to road safety programs. It's the biggest increase in such funding in decades and could mean more protected bike paths and greener spaces built into busy roadways. Last month, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reported that more than 20,000 people died in traffic collisions in the first half of 2021. That is the highest first half total since 2006. Factors behind the spike include speeding, impaired driving, and not wearing seatbelts. Each year, about 10,000 people are killed due to alcohol-related crashes in the U.S., making up almost 30% of all traffic fatalities. Travelers in Southern California are gearing up for the second busiest Thanksgiving of all time. The Automobile Club of Southern California predicts that this month will see just 3% less than the all-time record of 4.5 million local Thanksgiving travelers in 2019. Nationwide, AAA projects this Thanksgiving to be the third busiest on record, with 53.4 million people expected to travel compared to 56 million in 2019 and 53.7 million in 2018. Gas prices in Southern California are also at their highest ever for this time of year. The average gas price is now more than $4.50 a gallon in most areas. For those still planning to travel despite the crowds and the high fuel prices, AAA says bring plenty of masks. They will be required on any form of public transportation and, of course, at airports. You may also need your vaccine card to enter some locations. And plan to arrive at the airport at least 2 hours early for domestic flights and 3 hours ahead of time for international departures. If you're planning to depart from Terminals 7 or 8 at LAX, consider using the LAX Fast Lane program. The free pilot program allows travelers to pre-schedule a 15-minute window to get through the security screening checkpoint more quickly and efficiently. For more information, go to flylax.com/fastlane. A virtual town hall takes place tonight regarding the foul odor in Carson. LA County and local officials will report on the latest results of a multi-agency effort to address a Dominguez Channel odor incident. The event takes place at 5:30 p.m. Panelists will provide updates on air quality monitoring and the current and future measures taken to eliminate the source of the odor from the channel. They will also outline the conditions in which displaced residents could return home. Members of the public can submit questions in real time during the event or submit questions in advance. One local aquarium is thanking those who have served and who are currently serving in a big way. The Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach is inviting veterans and active military personnel to visit the aquarium tomorrow, November 11th, for free in celebration of Veterans Day. During their visit, they can see more than 12,000 animals and check out more than 100 exhibits, including coral reefs, nature's underwater cities, featuring a green sea turtle, glowing reefs, and flashlight fish. They can also interact with animals such as sharks, lorikeet birds, moon jellies, and rays. To receive complimentary admission, veterans and active military personnel should make an online reservation in advance and can visit the aquarium's Veterans Day website for more information. For a discount on additional tickets, military personnel may purchase guest tickets at their local MWRITT office. General admission tickets are also available for purchase. Advanced reservations made online are required for everyone, including those receiving free admission, and no walk-ups will be available. The aquarium is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and all guests ages 2 and over are required to wear a mask at all times, both indoors and outdoors. For additional details, you can call 562-590-3100 or visit aquariumofthepacific.org. It is El Camino College night tonight. Community members are invited to go on campus from 5 to 7:30 and participate in workshops, a resource fair, twilight campus tours, and even get help with applying to El Camino. The event is designated for those living or working in our area, including prospective students, parents, adult learners, and educators. All guests will be required to wear masks and follow campus entry protocol, which includes a health screening. This is the first in-person gathering of its kind since the pandemic began. Well, Torrance City Council members met last night to conduct city business. Among the agenda items discussed were a resolution honoring Elizabeth Sharoma from the Public Works Department on her retirement after 33 years of service to the city. Senator Stephen Bradford from the 35th State Senate District offered a legislative update. City council members accepted and filed the Torrance Youth Council and the Community Services Department's annual Youth Council report for 2020 to 2021. City Manager Aram Shaparian provided the city's COVID-19 recovery update, as well as shared in the latest county updates, which included the vaccine mandates that went into effect last week. These items and much more were discussed. You can watch full replays of the meeting on our website, YouTube, Facebook, and of course right here on City Cable. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. An army of cat lovers in Torrance helped reunite Mr. Pickles, a 6-year-old white Russian blue cat, and his owner, Amber Alexa, a recent graduate from Salt Lake City, Utah. Mr. Pickles went missing back in September. He snuck out while Alexa was sleeping in her car at a Walmart parking lot in Torrance. She reached out for help on social media, including on a Lost and Found Torrance group. Well, within days, an entire community of cat lovers came together to join in the search. They made flyers, showed up with cat trappers, food, and even paid for a hotel room for Alexa. A total of 7 weeks went by, and on November 4th, the group effort worked. They found Mr. Pickles 4.5 miles away from where he was last seen. He was about half his weight and badly scratched up behind one leg. A couple of donors paid for his $1,300 vet fee and reunited Alexa with her pet. The support of community members also gave Alexa a job as an executive assistant for a financial advisor, and now she and Mr. Pickles live nearby in Wilmington. What a heartwarming story of showing kindness to others, especially a total stranger, and letting them know that Torrance truly cares. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, photo, or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Bella Shaw brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.